Oh.
in the opening scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, this was a while ago. But in it, one of the characters even said, I guarantee you, watch my words, in 10 to 15 years, this country will cease to be a democracy. As a loving, caring society, we will cease to be. And I was like, wow. The character's kind of a dunce, but man, he had it right on the money. I mean, here we are, it's 21 years, but it started in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really started in 2016. And I'm not going to try to get all political and get on my bandwagon. I have my opinions, as does everybody else. And I stand by my opinions. The only difference is I'm not willing to get in people's faces and scream about how my opinions are superior. And there are a lot of people out there that are doing that.
But they're really... Oh, in person or behind the keyboard warriors?
Both.
Keyboard...
Oh, keyboard warriors are the worst. It's like you would never say that.
Fake profiles?
Yeah, you would never say that to a person's face. Go back to the mindset of if you don't want your grandma to read it, don't say it. Or don't write it.
People don't give a shit. People are selfish.
Of course they are. They're self-centered, and we're living in an entitlement culture. Everybody feels that they are owed everything.
Definitely. And things have been so easy in the past 10, 15 years for everybody. And so...
Could you imagine the kids of these days being latchkey kids like you and me were?
Shit.
Exactly. I love my children. I would not trust them for a fucking second to be latchkey kids.
Because sadly, kids do not have... Okay, so yes, kids are taught common sense, but then you teach them the common sense and they have to roll with it. But I feel that technology, yes, they can they can find things easier. They're smart with the technology and everything, but you still need to use your brain with certain things. And like, I feel that if the kids were left home alone today, like, shit would go down.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they don't cook. Kids do not cook for themselves. Have you taught the kids to cook yet?
No, not my youngest because he's 6, but my oldest, when I can actually get her to cook, can actually make a few things, but no. Overall, By the time I was my oldest age, I was cooking full meals. I was coming home. I would come home after school. I'd get my homework done. I would watch TV. I would do my thing, make food, pick up my little sister before all that, make sure she got her shit done. Flirt with my wifey.
Sexually frustrate us in high school.
Uh-huh.
But you know what? Kids today don't know how to cook. I remember when I was in like 6th or 7th grade, I had a sleepover. I was hungry. I really wanted a hamburger. And I was like, I'm going to make us hamburgers. And this girl I had a crush on, and I wonder whatever happened to her, because I was kind of a dick that day to her, because I had such a crush on her, and it was just so awkward and weird. We slept in the same bed together, and I was such a closeted homo, and like, it was just so weird. But anyway, so I was like, I am hungry. I want a hamburger. My mom's like, I'm not fucking... Well, my mom doesn't cuss. My mom's a saint. But,
she lights candles for you at church.
Every time shit goes down, Mary's like, ask your mom to light a candle
for me at church.
Oh, shit. But, you know, my mom doesn't cuss, but this is me just ad-libbing here. But she was like, I'm not cooking for you. Make it yourself. And I was like, but I've never done this before. This is like grease. I did it. I did it. And I got a grease burn, but I made that fucking hamburger.
It was the best hamburger ever.
I made it at fucking, 12 years old, 10 years old, whatever grade, 6 or 7 age that is. And, like, the simple things, like egg, made. But my mom makes the best eggs, though. Like, they call my mom the Mexican fucking, what's that bitch's name with the butter?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
The bitch with the butter?
Yeah, the cooking channel. What's her name?
Oh, crud. Oh, Lord. Paula Deen.
The Mexican Paula Deen. Jeez.
You need to bring me some food.
My brain just went...
I was thinking Martha Stewart.
I was going to say the Mexican Martha Stewart, but I was like, no.
Yes. No, your mom's not evil.
But, yeah, they call my mom the Mexican Paula Deen. And so she makes the best fucking eggs, the best fucking... quesadillas. Her cheese crisps are so buttery that it's so greasy and fattening.
So Winstonner?
She hardly has been cooking, so She's like, I'm getting older. Somebody else cook. And like they eat out a lot at the house. I'm like, ugh, like I can't
I was
do
so
this.
happy when I woke up from my nap today. Joe had made homemade meatballs and spaghetti, and I woke up, and the kitchen
Is that why it
was
smelled so good in there?
Yup.
Yeah.
I was in the kitchen was cleaned up, and dinner was made. The kids were already fed. I was just like, God, I love you when you're domestic. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it smelled really good when I walked in the house.
He does.
Hat off to the chef. It smelled delicious in the house when I walked in. Oh no.
There you go.
I had, what did I eat? Oh, I had a burrito. My mom made something.
And?
With beans. I tell you, Paula Deen beans. Like, there's butter, sticks of butter, and a shit ton of cheese. Like, and tortillas. The tortillas are like 1,000,000 calories each.
Oh, but so worth it. You know what, girl? Life is way too short to be worrying about calories. You just monitor what you eat and not eat, as my mom used to say, eat whatever you want, just don't eat as much. And you saw my mom, she never ate, but okay, I digress. But I'm like, you know what? I'm fat. I'm okay with that. I'm fluffy.
Well, I weigh the same that I have. Like, I've lost 15 pounds in the past 2 months. But I weigh the same that I did before the pandemic, but I have lost my muscle. So I need to go back to the gym and get this shit worked out.
Yeah, I've gained weight. I think I've gained like 20 or 25 pounds. But I'm tall. So, I have that luxury. It's one plus of being tall.
Yeah, I do not have the luxury as 5'2", probably 5'1", because you shrink when you get older. Like, I think I'm 5'1" now.
You know what's funny is either high school mismeasured me or I've shrunk. But they told me I was 5'11" in high school. And now I'm like 5'9.5". So I've either shrunk or they lied to me.
I hear that you lose an inch after each child. Science.
Damn children, man, they make me lose all kinds of stuff. Gallbladder, I got sciatica pain
that's
now.
more adorable.
Sciatica.
Okay. Well, this was fun. We will have to do this again.
Well, I was writing down stuff that we could do episodes about. Well, because we keep going down, like we didn't have anything set. We were just going to talk about the pandemic, and then we weren't going to talk about narcissism, and we touched on
And we touched on
mental illness. Like we've gone down the. It's almost like an hour
of us just bullshitting.
And you were worried that you
Well, I guess it's because I loves you, and we cool and we vibe and all that. So.
And we're both love to talk and learn and talk about the stuff that we learn.
And we never shut up when you get us together, so we might as well record it.
Yeah. Instead of us fucking being on TikTok.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of TikTok, I saw one today. This poor girl, 5 foot tall and very, very pregnant. Like, she had no room for the baby, so it had to go out. And she was like, out to here. And she's all, yeah, there's only one child in there. And I'm going, holy moly, that poor thing's just all baby.
Did you see that the lady recently had 10 babies?
Yes.
Or was it India?
In South Africa.
South Africa.
And 2 of them were a surprise. They didn't even know they were there. I'm sitting there going, did she have IVF? She would have had to have had...
Yeah, for that many, yeah.
Because do that many ever occur naturally?
I don't think so.
Sure. I mean, triplets.
10 happen?
10 babies?
Well, they breed them like dogs down there.
But all at once? But no, I just...
The opinions of Joe do not reflect this podcast.
Yes, that is very important.
Be like Bailey.
Yeah.
Warning.
I don't know.
Alright, so, yeah. I was going to say maybe she has gestational diabetes, but that makes babies big. That don't make more than one.
That's crazy.
No, that woman just...
Yeah, so we have, like, a list. Are we going to discuss narcissism? We're going to just leave it alone.
We're going to just... We haven't... I've got stuff to say. You know my life is interesting. Especially over the last, 5-6 years, the stuff I've encountered and experienced. Just wait till I get into that stuff.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But, we have things to discuss. We have systematic racism.
Yes, sexism, glass ceiling. I mean, for example, my mom worked in construction my whole life. You want to talk about a glass ceiling? Hers was like 12 inches thick and unbreakable.
Just kidding.
Well, you get the right tools, I guess.
And that is why your mom made us break up. Just kidding.
I often wonder if Mom was closeted.
You never know, because... So, what was I watching? Oh, never mind. It was a cold case episode. I think it was a cold case episode.
That's not a cold case.
Was it a cold case episode?
I know where my mom is. It's not a cold case episode.
No. I think it was actually on TikTok where somebody was discussing that their dad... Oh, my daughter sent it to me. Robin sent it to me. She was like, my dad died when I was young, and like had a picture of him and everything. He took his own life, and they found out... Was it when she was... The mom was pregnant, or either when she was a little bit older, that he was gay. Like, he committed suicide because he was gay.
That's so sad.
And so, like... Surprisingly, okay, so I've been out of the closet. I feel like I've never come out of the closet because I've been...
You've always just kind of been.
I've just kind of been, because I've dated dudes, I've dated chicks, I've dated whoever the fuck that I like, because that's just who I am. And when my parents
so would that
found
make
him,
you pan?
I don't like that word. I don't like to be labeled as pansexual.
So
I call myself queer.
Okay.
If I have to label myself, I call
I was
myself
like, what
queer.
do you got against pans, man? You just like pots, maybe walks.
I got 3 pans in my car.
Ooh, it's that kind of
They're
nut.
sturdy.
All right.
But yeah, I've never, honestly, I've never had to come out of the closet. And I just started dating a girl, and my parents found out, and they got angry. And it was mostly like my dad, because he was weird. But now my dad is the biggest supporter. He's a liberal, and
awesome.
He's the biggest supporter. He cuts things out of the newspaper to give me. Like, I am blessed as fuck to have the family that I have, and I'm
so lucky.
My mom is. She's like, it wasn't me. Like, she made sure to tell me recently, like, it was not me. It was your father. Like, and my dad's like, But when I came out and he realized, well, not come out when they caught me with a girl, because that's what it really was. They were just like, my dad had to get over it. I don't know what the problem was, and I kind of don't want to ask him because it's over and done with. And he's 82.
Well, honestly, probably it would have to come down to his biggest issue is probably religion, traditional.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know Catholicism. That's like one religion I've never really looked into.
Dude.
But I mean, I know that homosexuality is not smiled on.
Well, me and my friend that I told you I was hanging out with, it makes me cry every day. If you're listening to this, boy, I'm punching in the face. I love you. We were talking about Catholicism because, we were talking about marriage and how it's such a high sacrament. And, I waited until I was older to get married, and it had to be in the right person and all this stuff. And so, I was upset about it, and, we were discussing it. It's because we're Catholic, and, those were some of the things that we were taught.
That's why you felt so much guilt. It's the Catholic guilt.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yes. That's what it is.
Because it's better for us not to be together because of all the things that there are. But,
yeah.
But, I waited until I was sure that this was the one. And then she was like, are you embarrassed? And I'm like, I'm not embarrassed. I'm disappointed. I'm hurt and disappointed. I'm livid. I'm angry. This is something that I hold high. Even if I wasn't even grown up as a Catholic, well, but it's something.
Oh,
that,
I didn't grow up as a Catholic, and I still held marriage at a very high standard.
Okay, so marriage is a very high standard to me. I've been engaged numerous times, but those relationships were not ones that I could see myself fully in for the rest of my life. And this one I did, and so I jumped the broom with her, and it didn't work out. Things did definitely not work out, and and so I feel horrible, and I'm upset because I've saved myself for marriage. I saved that sacrament, that vow, because I hold dear.
It's a covenant.
Because my mom and dad have been married for almost 60 years, and that's so I was like, I don't want to fuck this up.
You guys gotta have such a party for them on their 60th. That's
I'm sure
such
we
a
will.
huge milestone.